Hello, everyone. It is Self-Care Sunday. I tell you, Self-Care Sunday edition. How are we doing tonight? What is happening on your Self-Care Sunday? Tell me about it. Tell me what is exciting in your day. That's what we want to know on Self-Care Sunday. What is happening in your world on this Self-Care Sunday night? Self-Care Sunday on the 18th of July. The 18th. Rocking through another week in the books as we kick off week 70 and 71. Week 70 and 71, people. That is what I am talking about. That is what I'm talking about. What is exciting in your world tonight as we get this week started? Can't believe we are on week 70 and 71 already. And it's a good week to have a good week on this Self-Care Sunday. But what did you do for you today? What did you do for you? Happy Sunday, Adele and Dazzle. Dazzle, ears perked up. It's treat time. That is what I am talking about. We're broadcasting tonight on both Facebook and YouTube tonight. So if you have any problems with Facebook, you can hop right on over to YouTube. Hop right on over there. But I hope all is well in your world. We had a very chill day today. A very chill day. Very chill. Which is good. We had some... Dazzle's too tired for a treat. Uh-oh. Put this treat in the bank for Dazzle. Put that in the bank. For Dazzle. It's a hard knock life being Dazzle. It's a hard knock life. We had a mini tornado run through our hometown tonight in the business district. I haven't actually gotten out to see it, but I hear of many uprooted trees, a roof off, and some other stuff going on in town, in the center of town tonight with our mini tornado. But all is calm here now. Hey, Kitty, how are you? How's things in Illinois and the continued sidewalk sale? Hopefully ringing that register all weekend long. I hope that register is ringing. That is what we go for. That is what we go for each and every day, is have that register ringing. Each ring is another step. It's a little it's an incremental step. It's an incremental step. It's that each ding, 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 cha-ching, cha-ching is an incremental step forward. Incremental step forward. You know, that is how we roll with it. That is how we move things forward. And keep everything going. But I am glad to have you all with us here on this Sunday night. Of week 70-71. As we get week 70-71 started, we're going to kick it off with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program every night. And tonight we are on page 54. This is perfect for today. Good morning. Sometimes staying under the covers seems like the best option. I feel you. But come on, let's go see what's out there. Good morning. That is awesome, Kitty. That is great. A great Self-Care Sunday. I'm glad you got to go to hang with Sarah today and walk a park that is up on a cliff above the Mississippi. That had to be gorgeous. I love that. I love the idea of it. We watched some new Discovery Plus today, Magnolia Channel today, as we chilled through the day. We caught some new episodes there. That was sort of we had a very down day, a very down day, um, which is ultimately good. Which is ultimately good. I got my weather quote today, especially since we just had that mini tornado run through. All of us can take a lesson from the weather. It pays no attention to its critics. It's true. Everybody likes to complain about the weather. The weather still does whatever the weather's going to do, you know? I always say in the Northeast that everybody complains about the weather. But the weather's going to do. It doesn't care how you critique it. Love it, hate it, it does whatever it wants to do. And, that's a good lesson for reviews and everything else, especially ones that are just baseless and stuff like that. The woods are very calming. I like calm. I like calm in my world. I am right there. I am right there with you, Kitty. But it is Self-Care Sunday, people. It is Self-Care Sunday. That's the day we set aside each and every week for some calm in your world. Calm. That's the day you disconnect. You throw the phone. You lock it in a drawer. Turn it off. You say, it'll all survive. The world will still be there tomorrow. Okay, everything can wait. It doesn't need me right now. I need me more right now. I need me. Yeah, me. I need me being present and being disconnected from things is what I need right now. And that is what Self-Care Sunday is all about. It is unplugging so you can recharge. Unplugging so you can refill you. Refill you. You guys give out all week long. And that is where we came up right at the beginning with Self-Care Sunday so that you'd have time to take care of yourself each and every week. Time to disconnect and refill your picture so you can go for another week because this is a marathon. I said already, we are starting week 70, 71. Week 70, 71 we are starting. Okay, you never thought you were going to go 70 weeks. You never thought you were going to go 7. But here you are at week 70, 71, depending on how you're counting, and you are still standing. You are standing strong. You are standing amazingly strong as we go through that. And that is why each and every week you do this. And Sunday is a symbol. So if you can't do it on Sunday, you do it on Tuesday. You do it on Thursday. Okay? That is when you do it. But you make the time and you do it. And I know even sometimes I feel like a bum. Like, I didn't do much today. Even Cassandra worked in the garden some today. I didn't do much today. I had the TV on some and I was watching mindless TV and, chilled. There's a Third Rock from the Sun TV marathon going on today if you really needed some mindless after we had the education of Discovery Plus, Magnolia Channel. So, but it is so important to do that, okay? Because that gives you the energy. That recharges your batteries. That takes you from E all the way to F so that you can go on and take on another week. So don't poo-poo Self-Care Sunday. Don't poo-poo. There's no poo-pooing Self-Care Sunday as, who needs Self-Care Sunday? No, you need it. You need it. That's right, Kitty. You needed today. You needed that time with Sarah. You needed that time in the woods. You needed that time. It's okay, people. It is okay that you take that time. It is okay. So, and know that is okay. So you got to give yourself permission to take care of you, because if you don't take care of you, you wouldn't still be here at week 70, 71. You would not still be standing. And you are standing, and you are standing strong. You are, you are. We also have on Self Care Sunday, we have the recipe of the week. The recipe of the week. In this week, in honor of the Magnolia Channel launch, we have JoJo's Biscuits and Butterfly. And watching some of the previews on Magnolia today and seeing what they're doing and how they're bringing their vision for things they believe in together, I mean, truly shows their entrepreneurial spirit, how they make things happen, their determination, their hard work. This didn't just happen. This didn't just, if you listen to some of Joanna Gaines' stories, when she had her little shop, she's like, okay, if I have 10 customers a day, okay, that is us. That is you. That is getting things going, okay? They never dreamed they'd have something this big, okay? But your dreams get bigger as you get bigger. Your dreams get bigger as your accomplishment. You keep on slaying dragons. You keep on making the next thing happen. That is the entrepreneurial spirit of a business owner. And it's not in everybody, but the way they have built it, the lessons that you can learn from them are amazing in how to grow and build a company and build a dream, build something that they didn't even know, back then when they had their little shop. There's so much of that, and I think of our own journey. When we had our little store and all the racks pushed to the front so it looked like we had a lot of stuff. Okay, those days are long gone, but the memories and the lessons we learned that got us to where we are today, that helped us level up each and every way along the way, got us to here. So that is the important lessons. There's so many lessons to take from the Magnolia Channel, and I also love its respective history and things of buildings and places, and trying to honor that and trying to honor the people along the way. But there's a lot of great business stories on the new Magnolia Channel, so check that out. They're not paying me to talk about them or anything. I'm just inspired by it. And that's, we need to find our bits of inspiration each and every day as we grow our way out of this. As you grow your way out of this, you have to find that. And this week in our recipe of the week, which you can find at nerds.org/resalestrong, REC, along with all the other recipes all along. You can find JoJo's Biscuits and all the other recipes that we've had for the past 70 weeks at nerds.org/resalestrong, REC, the Nerds Resale Strong Cookbook. And truly love that. Oh, what else I got going on here tonight? Okay, I'm going to start our pricing discussion tonight. I said I'd talk about our sale and everything. And I said I would start talking about that. And I am going to start talking about that tonight. So, hey, Rose, how are you? Happy Self-Care Sunday to you. I'm going to start talking about that, but first we have to take a step back and talk about pricing for a second, okay? And we've talked a lot about pricing and what's the right price for this shirt and everything else. But as I get into a sale discussion, okay, I need to talk about, I need to have a quick refresher on pricing. Well, hey, we're gonna start talking about that, Rose. Probably at least a 2-night discussion, but we're gonna start talking about that. But first, a quick refresher on pricing. So when we have so what do the big guys do? And that's really, you have to have the mentality of that you are a caretaker. Okay, your job is to move inventory. You are a caretaker of items, okay? And, you know, one example I use to teach this is inventory doesn't get better with age. So inventory does not get better with age. Neither does a bologna sandwich. And that sometimes is a much easier indication because people get attached to their inventory. Well, this shirt is worth $10 and I shouldn't get less than $10 for it. Or I'm buy outright, so I paid $6. So I got to get at least $6 for the shirt or whatever. Whatever the number is, we get attached to it and we can't, we don't want to discount it. We don't want to move it out or we don't want to lower it below a certain price. But inventory doesn't get better with age. The big guys know this. The big guys all know it because when they order this shirt, they know what they're going to sell it at, okay, what the price tag is going to say. They know how many of them are going to sell at full price, how many are going to sell at 10% off, 20% off, 50% off. They know this. It's entered right into the plan. They're planning the end of this item, okay, on the day they order it, not the day they put it on the shelf, on the day they order it. When it hits the sales floor at Macy's or Nordstrom or any place else, okay, the big guys watch that, okay, and see if it's hitting the plan. If they're selling more at full price than they had planned at, they slow down the markdown schedule. If they're selling less at full price, they accelerate it. That's just simple. That is a simplistic look at it. But sometimes an even more simplistic look at it is to take a look at a sandwich, okay? And it doesn't matter what kind of sandwich it is, but I'm going to take a bologna sandwich. Okay, and and I've heard this from stores. No, Neil, you don't understand. Neil, you do not understand, Neil. That shirt was just waiting for the right buyer. It was an item, and it needed the right buyer to come in and love on it. Okay, and so part of my job is to make sure that the right item goes to the right buyer, and then they'll pay the right price and. Oh, the hugs and the love for the item. I feel you, but your landlord doesn't. I feel you, but your landlord doesn't. Okay, your landlord doesn't give you a discount on your rent if you didn't sell this shirt this month. Okay, nor if you have the same hanger that this shirt hung, if you had 3 different shirts because you turned it so fast, okay, your landlord doesn't charge you more in rent. Okay? So your job's to sell it as quickly as possible for what the fairest price is in your market. Okay? But what happens a lot of times, okay, is that people fall in love with it. They're like, not as a store owner, you're stuck on it. Julie Jankowicz is joining us. You get stuck in this idea that I need to get the right price for this item. Okay, I can't sell it. It's waiting for the right buyer. And to that, I give you my sandwich analogy. And this is why any store that I've been at that consults, they watch me if I'm having a sandwich. They're like, did he just leave a sandwich in this store? If I have a bologna sandwich, okay, and I take it into your store and I hide it under one of your racks, is that bologna sandwich going to get better the longer it is there? Is that bologna sandwich, okay, that I hid? Well, I'm going to go find a rack and I'm going to hide it right behind there. Is that bologna sandwich that I left there in a couple days going to be better? In a week, is that going to be better? In 3 weeks, are you going to like that sandwich better? Are you going to pick it up and go, bologna, just what I wanted? In 2 months from now, is it better? Is it worth more? Is it worth more? No, it's not worth more, and neither is this shirt. It's not worth more. It's not worth more. Okay, that sandwich, okay? And it's why a lot of people that I've told that are like, oh my God, I will never let you eat a sandwich in my store. I will never let you in my store with a sandwich. Okay. And you all are like, okay, I'm making sure Neil never walks in with a sandwich. Because if he's got to prove his point that much, but that's a point. Okay. It is a point. It is an important point. Okay. Inventory doesn't get better with age. This is not a fine bottle of scotch that we're aging for 15 years in a barrel. This is a shirt. It is not going to get better. This is a lamp. Okay. Overall, okay, you should not be hanging on to any of that in your store long enough that it's going to increase in value. Anything that anybody that's watching me is selling, okay, in general, okay, I'm going to find somebody selling, gold bullion or something. I don't know. But in general, anything anybody's selling does not get any better with age than that bologna sandwich. And the more times you're paying rent on it, the worse this item gets. Okay. And, but there's this exception, Neil, but this item or that item. And here's where I'll give you an exception. And it's not an everyday exception. It's when the item is better than your market and you want to use that as an attraction point to get other items like it in. Okay, in the resale industry, you get what you have. Okay, and I'll give you a very vivid example. In my home store in Leominster, Massachusetts. I can still sell a floral couch. In Leominster, Massachusetts, no problem at all. I can sell a floral couch. I wish I couldn't, but I can. But when I get a nice nailhead couch in, or a nice leather nailhead couch on top of that, that is really a showpiece, okay, and better than what we normally see in Leominster, Massachusetts, that item I might price higher intentionally to have it stay longer. And I do that with the intention of getting more pieces like it in my door. And so if that piece stays just a tiny bit longer, that's okay, because of because we priced it higher intentionally. We priced it above what it's worth. It's also okay if somebody comes in and decides to pay more and it's gone tomorrow. So they pay the outrageous price, but we price it higher with the intention of marking it down so that it stays in the store longer. Okay, so there are items like that. You might have a Louis Vuitton purse that you have, and it's a stunner, and you don't get Louis Vuitton. So you price it a little higher so it stays around a little longer so people know you get Louis Vuitton. That's okay. That's the exception to this. But your everyday stuff, this shirt, okay, Under Armour is not so special, okay? It is a psychology. It's all in the mind, okay? But it's about, and part of it, this stuff is easy for me because I don't get attached to the items. It's partly, remembering, I've had so many years in family business, growing up in the family pharmacy, owning this family business with Cassandra, that I do know who I'm married to. I'm not married to the inventory, okay? I'm not married to the inventory. I want to have a good selection for our customers. We want to have quality consignments and offer quality items for our customers, but that's not what I'm married to, okay? Sometimes your baby's just ugly. Music, scents, etc. in the store, absolutely they make a huge impact on sales. Absolutely they do. The environment matters. The environment and the psychology behind this, some people poo-poo and some people say you're playing with people's minds, and it's like, no, you're playing to their minds. You're playing to their minds, okay? And so that's where pricing, this is a high-level look at pricing strategy. I'm not trying to get into the weeds of it, okay? But I want you to understand pricing, and I want you to understand, that, even if you buy outright and you own this, and that's the hardest concept for people, that when you have a real dollar into this shirt, okay, it's the hardest thing for you to get rid of. But sometimes your baby's just ugly. Sometimes your dog is ugly. Okay, you got to know your dog has fleas. Okay, sometimes your dog is a dog with fleas, and you just got to get rid of it. Okay, because it's holding you back from selling things or having space for the things that your customers do want. But the big guys get this. The big guys get this. They're not emotionally attached to anything. Okay? You win some, you lose some. Not everything is a home run. Not everything is a home run. But it is a terrible thing when you hang on to inventory that is not moving. Yeah, well, I mean, and you don't want to price too low, Julie. I mean, you're right to price that. You have to price things properly for your market, and where your store is, right on the Wisconsin border. Okay, you're not in the hottest. You're not in Chicago. Okay, so you're not going to command Chicago pricing for things. It is a different market. You have to price things for your local market. You price it, but you need them to turn. Because that's also that turn of inventory, okay, is what keeps people coming back. They want to see what's new. They want to see what's new. They know what's old. They don't want to see what's old. Okay, they want to see what's new. That's why it's great to have in a resale store have a mannequin challenge between your staff. Every staff member take ownership of a mannequin, and how many times does that mannequin have to be changed this week? Okay, or this month, and have an internal store contest between your team. Exactly, Julie. You are not a museum. My mother's house, a museum. Your store, not a museum. Well, and sometimes, Rose, to your point about pricing higher and being surprised that people are paying it, sometimes you're your own worst enemy on that. Okay, sometimes you're your own worst enemy, or our people are, because sometimes let's take an employee of Julie's in Gurnee, Illinois, where you're out on the outskirts of Wisconsin. And that's a great example, Kitty. I don't want to have to dust it. I say that all the time. I'm not here to dust your furniture. But you also have to not sell out of your pocket. Okay, so often we price things based on what we would do. Okay, if you're a Vera Bradley purse user, you have a hard time pricing a Louis Vuitton on the high side. Okay, if you are a coach wearer, you might not price a Kate Spade higher or a Dooney. It is selling out of your own pocket. Okay, this isn't your value. It's what is the item worth, and what is somebody that's going to walk into your store pay for it. Even if you have a large audience, okay, online, it's irrelevant. You price things for your local store 98% of the time. Okay, I'm not going to get into pricing for online and everything else right now. Because we've talked about that, but I do want that whole psychology of it to it. And remember that, you're not running a museum, you're not married to it, and a bologna sandwich doesn't taste better with age. Nobody's offering an aged bologna sandwich. It is a psychology. I mean, the big guys do what you're saying, Rose, where they price it high and mark it down. If you look at Macy's, Kohl's, or any of those guys, they have their regular price. Well, when have anybody paid regular price at Kohl's? Nobody pays regular price at Kohl's. Nobody pays a regular price at Kohl's. So, nobody everybody's always looking for, and I want it to get sold quickly. But, to your point, Rose, is I think there's also right now, goes back to my discussion on inflation. There is room for price increases right now. There is room for price increases right now. Okay, but again, time is money. Okay, time is money. And Walmart uses rollback after they mark it up. Exactly, Kitty. So traditional retail is over marking it up, but you are in competition with turning it, so it doesn't get to clearance. But some things do get to clearance, and that's why we have sale. Some items should get to clearance because not everything is a home run. Some things are dog with fleas. Okay, some things are just, you thought it was great. You thought this item was awesome. Under Armour, great, but nobody likes the Under Armour in the middle anymore or something. Whatever. It doesn't matter. What matters is if you keep it around like a family pet, okay? Like you keep it around like a family pet, okay? Keeping these items longer in your store is not a good thing. The faster the turn, the better. But sometimes you have to move things out. And, just along the same lines, people are paying more because of supply chain issues right now and the lack of inventory in stores. And which is also why you are seeing fewer sales in store right now in traditional retailers. Because of, according to an analysis, there were 32% fewer clothing items on sale during the second quarter of this year at retailers such as Gap, Urban Outfitters, American Eagle, Under Armour, and Ralph Lauren. Victoria's Secret and Bath & Body Works said that they were able to pull back dramatically on promotional activity in its most recent quarter. And the parent of Calvin Klein and Tommy Hilfiger said its profit margin increased nearly 10 percentage points during the latest quarter due to less promotional selling. That's correct, Kitty. Even if it's new with tags doesn't mean it's great. Especially if it's new with tags from a department store that went out of business 40 years ago, or 30 years ago, which we all have. We all see that come through. Okay, it happens. So we have grown to doing a progressive sale. And I'm going to give you the highlights of it tonight. And then I'm going to tomorrow night, I will dig into the details of it. Okay? Because beyond the headlines, it gets really interesting in how it moves and how the numbers work in it. So I'm going to step you through the highlights tonight. And then tomorrow we'll step into the details. So what is a progressive sale? A sale that is progressive, okay, a progressive clearance sale, is where the percentage off increases over time. Okay, and so we do a progressive clearance sale that increases the percentage off every couple of days. Okay, we start at an extra 15% off. It then grows to an extra 20% off, 25% off, 30% off, 40% off, 50% off, and 60% off over a period of a week and a half. We do that. And why do we do that? Okay, we do it over a week and a half so it looks like so it creates an artificial second ending. And what do I mean by that? We only advertise part of the sale at first. We started it this past week on, what was it, Wednesday? Thursday. On Thursday. And all our advertisements have it ending tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. Is what the current advertisements go through for percentage off, which ends us at 25% off, an extra 25% off. And And so that creates 2 weekend endings. Okay, because then there'll be another set of advertisements that continue it through next weekend, where it will end with a bonus Monday at 60% off, an extra 60% off, but it creates 2 endings. Right. So it creates an ending tomorrow. It creates an ending tomorrow, and it creates another ending a week from tomorrow. Okay, when the new email goes out. The new email will go out and create a second ending. And people, and are there always the person that knows, that we've done that in the past? Sure. But most people forget it. And so we get people in multiple times throughout it. Because again, I only got one of this. So, you shop early. You shop early for best selection. And you shop late for best value. Okay? To clean up the best value is what you do. And it creates 2 very busy weekend times of people shopping. So that is the progressiveness of it. And the psychology isn't wait till the end. Okay. It wasn't that starting it last Thursday, everybody said, oh, I'm going to wait for Sunday or Monday. Does not happen. Okay. We had people right at the door. Okay. The smart ones were at the door on Thursday to get things, okay, with extra discount, okay, as they move, right away. And then people were here all weekend. So it doesn't work that way. It's also great. And as we delve into the details tomorrow, I'll share, what percentage of sales happen with old items that we're trying to clearance, and what percentage of an individual purchase also includes new items, and what the breakout is. And the numbers are very, very interesting. So that is the overview of a progressive sale. And tomorrow I will take you into the details. I'll take you into the details of the discount, okay, and what that really means. Am I really giving an extra 60% off? Am I really giving an extra 60% off? What is that costing me? Well, what is it benefiting me? And I will share all of that starting tomorrow night. But you know what? This video and everything I talk about goes over to nerds.org/resale strong by noon the next day. Noon, I tell you. Everything's over there. All the links, the recipe of the week. Everything is over there, including a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yes, ring that bell so you know when a new video drops. You can also share it with all your friends in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody make it to the other side. I am here live in the NARC private Facebook group and streaming on YouTube every night at more 8-10-ish. But if you have a question in between, you just email me, Neil, Neil at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program every night. If you were not here at the top of the program, our good morning today, perfect for Self-Care Sunday, was good morning. Sometimes staying under the covers seems like the best option. I feel you, but come on, let's go. See what's out there. Our good night tonight is good night. And there's your comfy bed right where you left it. You earned this good rest. Good night. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, a virtual conference. Have you registered yet? Yeah, it's coming up, people. I don't know when we'll party again in person, but when we do, you know what? I'm going to be there with you. Yes, we are. But until then, and until tomorrow night at more 8-10-ish, know that you, but most importantly you, yes, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. It's time for dessert.